So this next comment comes from Flipalakovic 4478. He says, I agree and all. However, I don't smoke, don't have any tattoos, don't sleep around with random strangers, I don't party, and I don't listen to trashy music. How can I find a woman who matches my energy? Because let's be real, a lot of them do not. And here's the good news, Flipalakovic. You only need one woman who matches your energy. And even better news, a lot of them do match your energy, okay? I would say you got that part wrong. The majority of women, no, they probably are not on the same wavelength. But a lot of women, a ton of women, absolutely are on that wavelength. Hypothetically, let's say 99% of women on this planet, right? Keep in mind, there's 8 billion people on this planet. 4 billion of them are women, okay? 4 billion with a B are women. Now, let's say 99% of those girls are exactly what you're not looking for. They party, they have tattoos, they do drugs, they sleep with strangers. Even still, that 1% of suitable candidates still amounts to 40 million women. Okay? You just need one. And those are pretty good odds. You need one out of 40 million. And again, it's not 99% of women who are unsuitable. What's more likely is it's like, I would guesstimate maybe like 40% of women are probably partying and, they're sleeping around, they have tattoos. That still leaves you with quite a bit of women, okay? Maybe even a little bit more than that are what you're not looking for. But still, the odds are still in your favor, okay? And what's more important, what you need to realize is that you have the ability to change the woman that you're talking to. You can influence her. And she's going to be very receptive to that happening. When you are able to display the traits which make her feel as if you are her best option, she will do whatever it takes in order to qualify herself for you. And that's a powerful position to be in, okay? When a woman starts to qualify herself for you rather than the other way around. If you start to hint that you don't like to go out and party and you like to stay inside and read books and you think tattoos are trashy, she's going to start changing her behavior, right? And this is something that humans do by default. It's almost like something that is just a part of us and like in our DNA, right? We mimic those around us. Specifically, when we see somebody get rewarded, we are more likely to do the thing that they did to get that reward, okay? When we see somebody get punished, we're less likely to do that thing. But a lot of us, we copy behavior because it saves us energy from having to think for ourselves. And when you can just let a woman know, hey, this is what I'm looking for, and even better, you can provide her that example, she will start to become that woman for you, okay? It's less about finding this diamond in the rough. If you get good enough at dating and if you develop a strong frame, any woman can become a suitable partner. Even the girl who's 400 pounds overweight, right? You can make her into an athlete and she can become exactly what you're looking for, right? That might not be the best approach, but I want to make you realize that it is possible. Okay, you have much more going for you than you realize, and you are more capable than you realize, okay? Now, I mentioned frame earlier. Having a strong frame really just means having a lot of influence, all right? Frame is going to be the narrative that you have about yourself and the world that you live in, okay? It's just a set of ideas about what you think is possible, what you think is true, what X means and what Y means. A strong frame is generally going to be you putting yourself at the center of all of your ideas so that you end up benefiting, okay? That's going to mean you actually start to behave as if you are the main character, almost like you're a little bit narcissistic, okay? But when you start to give off this main character energy, you're going to find that a lot of people end up playing the role that you assigned to them. And if that means you want a good girl who's going to cook and clean for you, right? If you have that main character energy, she's going to end up playing that role. If that means you want a 2-hour pump and dump on Friday night, well, then you'll have no problem finding a woman who will happily play that role. Okay? This is why you see like these happy relationships, maybe not like happy relationships, but like these long-term relationships, these marriages, 14, 15 years together, and then the wife cheats, right? Simply because she was influenced by a man with a stronger frame. All right? Now, that's never going to be a problem for you if you have the most influence of anybody inside of her life, right? If you develop a strong frame. But if, let's, for example, say for whatever reason, Drake texts your girlfriend, right? Well, she might be whoever Drake needs her to be for 2 or 3 hours until she's no longer near him or no longer within his sphere of influence. And then she'll go back to whoever she was before. Okay? This is something you need to understand about people. But to get back to what you're saying, right? You don't smoke, you don't have any tattoos, you don't sleep around with random strangers, and none of those things are going to stop you from finding what you're looking for. Okay? And even better, those things, right? Maybe not the tattoos, those are a little bit harder, but those things can be trained out of your partner. Okay? You have the ability to do that. You're much more adept than you may realize, and that will require you to develop some skills around being influential, around dating, around, self-actualization, all of those things, but they are skills and you can learn them. Okay? That's all I have for you. Hopefully you got something good out of this video. Leave a comment. I might be able to reply to you as well. Besides that, like, subscribe, share this with a friend. If you want to be able to land a date within the next 30 days, click on the link in the description below. It's going to take you to an online community filled with other single men. They're inside there. They're swapping notes. They're sharing their experiences, teaching other men how to build frame. And you're also going to be able to find a 30-day challenge, which is going to outline all the steps you need to take in order to land your first date. That's all I have for you guys. See you in the next one.